She has some points on her license. What the heck? Why? Welcome back everybody to Tesla Driver. Today I thought I'd try something a little bit new. This is going to be something that I'm doing called Tesla Thursdays, but now I think about it, Tuesday would be better for Tesla Tuesdays. I might even change the name to Tesla Tuesdays. Let me know what you think in the comment section, whether it should be Tesla Tuesdays or Tesla Thursdays. But basically, it's kind of like a once a week little chat about any kind of, it's almost like a Q&A, I guess, or things that I'm doing or updating about, all kind of car related, tech related, and kind of anything all us Tesla people are a fan of, because like me, you guys are probably very similar and you love tech and love gadgets and all that kind of stuff. So I thought it'd be pretty cool if we did almost a little talk once a week and just updated on loads of new stuff. Arguably the biggest thing coming up is tomorrow. It is the Model 3 like delivery event or delivery launch. It's something like 7 o'clock in California time, or 7 p.m, which is something like, I don't know, 4 a.m. over here. So I'm probably, to be fair, I probably will be up and watching it. My fiance is currently pregnant and we have 4 weeks to go until our beautiful little baby girl's born, so that's very exciting. But that does mean I cannot sleep at all, so my sleeping schedule is completely mucked up at the moment. But I'd like to talk about as well Model 3s in general and in the UK. So I'd had people asking on my last episode, I did a little like Q&A for what questions you want answered. Some of them are about me, some of them are about Tesla and stuff, so I think that's like the perfect kind of duo there. But the main thing is, yes, I have ordered a Model 3, which I am super friggin' excited about, like really excited about. But I don't think we're gonna be getting our Model 3s until December 2018, so just over a year to go now until they potentially, this is all potentially, get our Model 3s over to the UK. Hopefully it's a little bit sooner than that, but we also might be in a little bit of a better situation, because in the same way as this bad boy, the Model X, which by the way is called Doom. People have asked, what did you call your Model X? It is called Doom, which I thought was really nice. It's all blacked out with like black interior and everything, so Doom was the name for it. But obviously the first load of Model X's had some teething issues. They had some trim alignment that wasn't quite right, and things squeaked and creaked, and when you open the boot, I actually get this still a little bit, as soon as the boot opens, it slightly goes sideways. I don't know why, but you know, that's Tesla. That's a tech company making cars for you, I guess. I'm going to try Autopilot down here. So this is the route we came the other day, by the way, for the night versus day, and I wanted to do it again to see if there's any difference now. I don't know, just to see if there's any difference, because it was so bad at it last time. I was a little bit worried, but hopefully, fingers crossed, we're going to be a little bit better this time. It does like to follow this lane though, and as you can see from the Renault in front, it's now not noticing that Renault. Oh my god. Okay, this Renault is going really far over, but I don't know why the Tesla was following that up there like it wanted to. It literally looked like it wanted to overtake it. It is going 40, to be fair. I can see why it was so eager to overtake. But wow, that was a bit of an interesting one. Okay, something new happens on this bloody road every single time, which is quite interesting. But yeah, with the Model 3, I'm hoping maybe we get some of the teething issues kind of sorted for when ours come, and also I hope we get the dual motor version. So when the Model 3 comes out, I haven't been able to order anything extra yet. I got in the queue at, I can't remember what number I was, but I was in like the 50,000s or something like that, so quite early and really early for the UK. So fingers crossed they have the dual motors, the performance versions, all that kind of stuff out at the time when I can order it, because I'm going to spec it to absolutely nuts. I'm going to make it the fastest one you can possibly get, which is debatable on what that will be. So the figures that they've released, I think it's 215 miles of range, is obviously about this gets about 215 miles probably if you max it out, and this is a 75D. So is that kind of edge into a 75 kilowatt hour battery? But then Elon did say that was all bottom benchmark, so they are going to get obviously more powerful than that, etc, etc. So maybe that's just kind of a benchmark, and maybe they'll do a 90. I think they might do a P100D. It'd be quite exciting if they do. Now obviously, if you remember last time, this follows that right lane, so I'm just going to go and do this myself and just overtake, just so that we're not stuck behind him on this dual carriageway. God, the turn of speed, even in this 75D, is just like amazing. It makes the car so good. It says the speed limit's 60. I've noticed that it doesn't update the speed limits all the time. Where it is a 70 up here, or at least I'm pretty sure it's a 70 up here. I always go 70 up here. But yeah, so I am going to max out my Model 3 when it comes, and I'm really excited about it. I probably will go, if they have that matte black or the kind of satin black color they had on the launch day, I'll probably go for that because that was really, really nice. If not, I'll try and keep them all black. I kind of like the Teslas in black, so I think I'll just go kind of all black with it. But that's really exciting, and that's something that's obviously on the horizon, but no news yet. I have had a couple of not like not leaflets, but like, you know, just pieces of paper from Elon saying thank you for buying a Model 3, but obviously everybody gets one of those, so it's not quite as special as I first thought. Right, where are we going here, Tesla? No, it's not following any lines because it can't pick up this right lane. It really, really struggles with picking up this right lane, and then when it does, there you go, you can see it now. When it does, it just likes to hug it, but that's not a problem. It can hug it, that's absolutely fine. So yeah, so next up is my cars in general. Now, I have said previously that I'm looking at getting actually a Model S because I am still looking at getting a Model S. And the main reason for that is, look at that, we're braking. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm like being thrown around here. The main reason for wanting to get a Model S is this car was actually for my partner. I bought this for my partner so that she can have it for the baby and stuff. Whoa, I'm like going really far over. This new update's made this autopilot really, really weird. I'm gonna try it again, just see if it sorts itself out. But yeah, so this was actually meant for my partner. So once she can get insured on it, which is in September, she has some points on her license. What the heck? Why? Why? I have no. Okay, you know what? Enough of autopilot for a bit. She's going to be driving this around, and this is going to be her car, so she's really excited for that. But that means I have to be in the i8 all the time. Now, don't get me wrong, I know that sounds like, oh, you have to be in an i8 the whole time. It is kind of a pain if it's your only car. So I'm thinking of swapping that in for a P100D for the meantime. I also have my Hummer and I never use it, so I'll probably swap the Hummer in. So I'm looking at getting a P90D, thought about a P100D, but can't justify the like 50,000 pound price bump for like 0.4 second speed. I mean, at that point you won't really notice it unless you're racing a P100D. This actually says it'll auto drive here. I've never auto drive down here before or autopiloted, so I'm intrigued to see how it does. Again, really wide roads, but it does have markings on both sides, so I kind of hope this works well. So yeah, so I basically play video games for a living, and I also do stocks and trading and stuff like that online. I like to trade stocks and shares and have a nice portfolio of different things. Cryptocurrencies at the moment are obviously really volatile, so that's what I'm looking at and trying to sink my teeth into, but it's quite a tough one. It's going to definitely... Ooh, whoa, where are we going? There we go. Let's just keep that nice and straight. If you're wondering what I'm doing, by the way, I'm delivering an SD card to my to one of my employees. He lives out in the countryside and my internet's been really slow recently, so I'm delivering him the SD card rather than putting it online. I know that's what happens when you live out in the country. It's a bit of a crazy one, and trust me, he lives really far out in the country. I've had a lot of questions about my Model X in general, about what options I got, what options you would get now if you could change your mind, all this kind of stuff. Oh, it's bumpy roads down here. Good test for the air suspension. And basically, I'll go over it all for you. So this is the 75D, which is actually the base model, but the reason being was that we were never going to do a long distance in it, so we didn't need it any bigger or like longer range, a bigger battery, but also we wanted to have enough power for my missus to get around and stuff, but obviously she didn't need tons and tons of power, so we went for this one, which has actually been perfect. We've gone up to northern Scotland in it and had no issue, so that's absolutely brilliant. But if I would have had my way, we would have got the P90D version, but again, we like we say, we don't really need it, so we didn't really see the point. In terms of optional extras, I went for the full self-drive package, but really you can't use it yet, so it was a little bit pointless, but I went for it anyway. I didn't go for the HEPA filter, so it's ultra bio defense mode or whatever it's called, and I didn't go for the ultra high fidelity sound, which apparently now is actually included for free. So I was kind of miffed off to hear that. I don't know if that is true, but I was kind of miffed off to hear that, because you know that's pretty awesome if that's free now. I would definitely take them up on that if I could have that for free. And inside, I actually went for the 5-seater, mainly because we want that extra boot space for the pram and baby stuff, and I never have 7 people in the car, and also it was like $4 grand for 2 seats in the back, which is like crazy money. I thought I couldn't really get my head around it. And in terms of wheels, I didn't go for the big 21s. There was, again, no point for me to go for the turbines. I wasn't really driving it much. We knew we were going to curb it because we like to do some city runs in it as well. I curbed this myself and had to get it resprayed, which was really obviously not nice to do. But we went for the normal wheels, and then I got them powder coated black, so everything is black pretty much. But also it makes the range a little bit better, it makes the ride a lot nicer, and it makes it quieter. I did try the P100D Model X with the 21s, and it was a lot harder, a lot firmer, and I really didn't enjoy it as much as this one. That was the only down factor about having those wheels, whereas these ones are really nice. What criticisms do you have about your Model X? One of them is the seats, the steering wheel, and the feel of it. Now, not in terms of quality, it's not the best. I don't know if you can see this here, but this is already kind of, it's got a weird crease on it, and it looks a little bit strange. And also in the boot, like where the thing sits in the boot, it doesn't sit there properly. It kind of sloshes around, and it's fabric, so it doesn't make a noise, but it does kind of go left and right and whatnot, which is a little bit strange. The steering wheel and the seats, I believe, are made out of a vegan material rather than actually leather. Now, before this car, I had a Bentley Continental GTC, which is all made out of bull leather at a certain altitude, a load of ridiculous stats that just make your eyes roll back and go, for God's sake, why? Why is this like this? And then you see the price tag and you're like, oh my God, that is insane. Whereas this is obviously all kind of a vegan material, and it just doesn't feel as nice. It really doesn't feel as nice. It doesn't feel as premium. It feels like it wears. The seat next to me actually has worn quite a lot as well, where my partner sits, because she kind of, you know, if you've gone a long ride, as a driver, you just sit in the same position. Whereas if you're on that side, you kind of scoot your bum left, scoot your bum right, put your feet up, all this different stuff. And it is a little bit worn, which really isn't great, considering I've only done, let's have a look just to be exact, I've only done 5,000 miles and the seat is already starting to wear, so that's not great. But would I recommend this car? That's always the thing everyone says. It's like, okay, it's a great car, all this stuff, but would you recommend it? 100% yes. So at the moment, a lot of people are like, but how do I charge it at home? At the moment, I'm actually charging just through the wall socket, because I've got a swimming pool in front of my home charger. I don't know why I put it there, and I can't charge. It's just too far away. So that is why I'm doing it through the wall at the moment, and I've had no issues whatsoever. Sure, it takes a long time, but just plan ahead a little bit. It's really not that hard to kind of figure out. I love taking my Tesla down these sorts of roads, so I put it in very low setting, and everything's sorted, like everything is ready to go sports mode, because around these corners is just the best place to play with your Tesla. Obviously, you've got to be really careful because it is quite dangerous corners and stuff, but you feel like you're in a race car. The speed that this thing grips, turns, does stuff is actually amazing. It would easily compete against my i8 on corners like this. And when you hear the whirl, you hear the unwinding of the motor, it just puts a smile on your face. Like, seriously, it does. And it is a very addicting sound. I know it's just a, literally that's all it is, but it is the most addictive sound you will ever have. And I know a lot of you guys watching don't own a Tesla and would love one, and that's one of the key things that people don't mention, is how addicting just the pull and the push of this car is. And the slight noises, it doesn't make big noises, don't get me wrong, but when it does make that whirling noise, you just put a smile on your face. So we're nearly there actually, so I'm going to end the video in a second. But if you come down here and if you just come around the corner, all right, this one is insanely tight, obviously, like so, and as soon as you put your foot down, oh my God, it is glorious. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching another video on Tesla Driver on Tesla Thursdays. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you want me to do. I think I'm going to call it Tesla Tuesdays as well. But until then, I'll see you in the next video.